Morning, folks. This is Saturday morning. Almost double tapped on the power button there. Anyway, yeah, it could be kind of touch and go this morning. Um, this is the video where it was setting out in plain sight. I just looked right over it, over and over it. But anyhow, this is the one that I almost forgot to include in the slant series. This one here is a Fatip. Yeah, you kind of see the slant there, looking pretty good. This is of course gold, and I think it's pronounced Storto. Anyhow, yeah, it's an open comb slant, and it also comes in a safety bar version if you prefer that one over the open comb. But Piccolo, I think is how you pronounce it, as it goes for the handle. And anyhow, I picked the gold one because it looks awesome. Fatip is one of my, I guess you might say, it kind of falls in line with Parker razors for me, in that they're usually, right around the $30 mark, maybe a little less, sometimes a little more, but in that budget range that it's easy to afford, and I enjoy using them. So for me, I have a few of them. Anyway, so I also was thinking, kind of sort of, when I realized that I almost missed this one totally. Looking around, thinking, well, because it's last minute, and what kind of soap should I use? Because usually I plan these out, almost a week in advance, if not more sometimes, and thinking maybe an out of the box type soap. And then I thought, how about a soap in a box? And this one here was readily available for me to grab up real quick. And this one here is a Blue Fougere. Now, this RazoRock soap is not on Italian Barber's website anymore. So I'm assuming that means they're not making this one anymore, but I did find it at Pasteur's, so I've got a link down below if you want to check this soap out. Now, I got mine on the cheap. I got it when it's on sale, and at Pasteur's, of course, it's going to be like full price. So if you're still interested, it's, let's see here, 300 grams, which is about 10.4 ounces. When I got mine, it was quite a bit cheaper than, I think it's going for like 22 bucks. You might find it cheaper somewhere else for those that stock this kind of soap. I didn't look at Grumatorium to see if maybe they had some of it, but there are some other places that may stock RazoRock soap. But anyhow, it comes in a bag. So in other words, it's in a box and it's in a bag, and they refer to it as a I think a mini brick is what it is. It comes like this, and it comes stapled up here at the top. There's a couple of staples, but you can kind of see what it is. It is a small little brick, and I just been scraping off the top here, and you can kind of tell there maybe. Excuse me. But anyway, it's an Italian type soap. I would say it's very similar to the soap, as goes for soap base, that's in the glass containers. It's a nice soap. That's the reason why I got two of them, because I really enjoy this soap base. It may not be for everyone, but I know for me, it's just something I enjoy using. And the scent is, for me, it's pretty nice. It works well for my nose. It's not a heavy scent, but it is definitely present. I wouldn't say it would be like maybe on the lower end of medium, maybe, at least per my nose. Yours could be quite different. And got, of course, the matching aftershave to go right along with it. Oh, didn't mention the blade that I'm using. I'm all out of sorts this morning. Conference games, college excitement, a Christmas parade today. Going to be kind of busy. Anyway, the blade I use today is a Croma, and it comes in a wrapper like this, single wrapped. And this is in a 10 pack also. 10 blades in a pack if you're interested. Like I say, I got a link down below for a lot of this stuff if you want to check it out. I've got the lather whipped up here in my thrift store fine bowl, smooth bottom. That's what it looks like there. I can still smell it. I usually whip this up about waist level, and I could, pick up the aroma from the soap, right out, from the bowl. So it has a pretty decent scent strength. And now this brush here, the link I've got down below is not where I got this one. Where I got mine at was on clearance at the Superior Shave Shop. So my price was quite a bit lower than what I guess you might say the everyday going price is. And man, it does smell good. It has a badger knot. I think this is a 21 millimeter. I got the information down below if you want to check it out. This particular handle from Merkur comes in a blue handle and a red handle. I picked up one each. from the Superior Shave Shop when they had them on clearance there. But it, man, it did this. It for me, this smells really nice. Guess you might say it's you know how some scents are manly. In other words, you definitely just right off the bat that's manly. And this, not that a cologne scent's not manly, but it leans more towards that sort of thing as opposed to. I guess you might say, I don't know. It's not a classic scent, at least not my definition. My definition of classic scents are, like Old Spice, something that's been around forever and that people have been using for years on end. And I don't know, maybe it has, and maybe I'm just not following that circle. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Go ahead and wet the face. I already put a hot towel on the face this morning. It's part of my pre-shave routine is using a hot towel. It helps prepare the face. At least for me it does. You may not need any kind of preparation prior to the shave, but for me it makes a world of difference with my skin and whatnot. And the whiskers, still using the Phoenix Artisan pre-shave cube. This one here's the holiday version. This is all that's left of it, and I'm pretty sure it depends if I can still hang on to it, if it's still going to be around when Christmas gets here, because at one point after it gets hard for me to hang on to, I haven't decided. I'll probably go ahead. I've got over here, I've got the ice cube, what's left of it, which is quite a bit more than this, still waiting to be used up. I was using it prior to this one here, and decided to switch up just because I really enjoyed this scent. If you never checked out the pre-shave cubes at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, of course, they come in different flavors, and they're usually kind of, how can you say, a short run of them through the holidays, like, one's the pumpkin scent, holiday, and, like around for Christmas, and so on and so forth. Lump of coal is another one. Anyway, but the ice cube, and then there's a black one that's pretty standard. In other words, that's always readily available, as well as in tubes. So if you like to take one on travel, or maybe you just prefer to have it in a tube instead of a cube just sitting out somewhere, those are available. I think Clown Fruit in the tube is still available, I think, as well as in the cube. It just, depends on what your wants and needs are. More wants than needs, huh? All right. Next shave will be the ox blood. That's the last lint that I've got. And like I say, on the next video, I'll put a link to all of them, so that way, if you want to check them out, see them in action. I think, it depends on, how each person looks at things when it comes to videos. I used to do just a straight up blog, and the more I got to thinking about it, and plus the group that I was a member of in Facebook about doing videos with Shavette World, thought it was pretty important to start doing videos, because it's easy to put in, not easy, but in other words, it's one thing to say what the shave was like in words, but it's a whole different story when you try to put it on video. In other words, there's no, you say, cutting corners per se. I don't edit my videos. I'm one of those kind of guys. Whatever happens in the video happens in the video. Like Thor, our cat, meowing, he's wanting in. Sometimes the camera picks up, the mic will pick it up, sometimes not, but whatever happens, happens, and I leave it in the video. In other words, my bathroom, as you can tell, it's a bathroom, it's not a studio, and the family is here with me, including the cats, the dogs, whatever the case might be. Somebody knocking on the door wanting to talk to me. Life goes on even though I'm doing a video. I enjoy these things. I know for some people they think they're Fatip's razors are a little bit too aggressive, but for me I think they're just right. They're not overly aggressive and they're not too mild. To me, it's right there in that in-between spot. I enjoy using them. Now, if you think that this handle is too small, in other words, the diameter, they do have razors that have handles that are bigger in diameter. If you think that might be an issue for you, like I say, sometimes you can catch these razors right around the excuse me, $20 mark maybe on sale. Really nice scent. Like I say, it's not a strong scent, but it is present. Easy for my nose to pick up, so to me, I think it says a lot about the scent of the soap. Probably should mention also, I think Italian Barber still got the, what's it called? The Unlabeled Project. I think there's, as it goes for soap, there's one that's available, and then there's an Unlabeled Project 2, but I think that is just an aftershave. And if you haven't tried the Unlabeled Project, it's usually you can find it, what, I think it's 8.4 ounces, 5 ounces of soap, and last time I remember seeing it on sale for about like $8.99. In other words, outstanding price. Comes in a glass container. It'd be worth giving it a try. That's an excellent buy at that price. And it's along the same lines of this kind of soap base. I didn't have any trouble whipping it up. Time-wise, it was pretty quick. In this particular brush, the badger knot's not quite broke in just yet. Not that I think it needs a whole lot of help, but just to help put things in perspective. I find that this razor is a lot of fun to use. It seems to make short work of the whiskers. It's one of those that I can get 2 pass shave done and be pretty good at it. There's not much left on a 2 pass shave already. Oh, quality of the razor. I hear every once in a while you'll hear some stories, about the quality of Fatip razors, and I think it's probably changed and improved over time. At that price point, in other words, I don't expect, how you say, perfection. At $30, it's kind of hard to expect that sort of thing. But it's still a pretty nice, it's well done. It also depends on what your wants are in a razor as it goes for finish and fit. The fit seems to be pretty good. The finish, in other words, somebody may be unhappy, and I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but the you might be able to tell on that cap on the end there. In other words, there might be some machining marks there on the end. It doesn't have a thing to do with the quality of the shave or anything like that, but some people may not be happy about those sort of things. It doesn't matter to me at this price point. I don't really, you have to really look at it in order to see those things. For me, it doesn't affect me. They say some other people might be unhappy about it. They could increase the price point and increase the quality, in other words. At this price point, yeah, this works for me. Guess that's what I'm really trying to say. RazoRock's pretty good at offering some pretty nice products at a fair price. I have to say, for me, it's a pretty good website to go to, Italian Barber. They've been able to work out some decent shipping prices. I know when I very first started and I looked at Italian Barber before, they worked out the shipping cost yeah, shipping was a bit much, so I didn't really do any shopping there. And then when they worked out a deal where the shipping was somewhat more, I guess you might say, in line with what most people were getting in the way of shipping, uh, started doing a lot more shopping there. Their website is pretty big. I mean, they sell toothbrushes, so yeah, that's what I'm getting at. They sell a number of things, so if you're going to do a lot of shopping online, it's not a bad place to go to. Pretty smooth. Don't think there's going to be any stinging today. This shave went quite well, which I expected that it would. I typically don't have bad shaves with Fatip razors. They work well for me. It is a your mileage may vary type thing. Got just a little bit of stinging right there. No nicks, cuts, weepers, or anything quite like that. Fantastic shave. That's what I expected for today anyway. Used this razor I think once or twice before on camera, and yeah, I don't have any issues with this razor. Blade worked out well too. Not that I expected anything different. Humphreys witch hazel. It's kind of funny. Unscented, but has a scent to it. If you haven't seen it before, yeah, it's just naturally occurring type scent. Nothing that was added. I can't put my finger on what I'm smelling though. Outside, it is definitely present. Wife finds that scent offensive. All right. I think that's how you pronounce it, fougere. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce that. Um, anyway, it's a nice scent. I can see where they come up with the blue part of it. It does seem a little on the aqua side, maybe. Maybe. So one thing when you smell it off the container, and then it's a lot different on the dry down, because I start smelling one thing and then I give it a little bit more time, and then time goes on, my nose starts to pick up another scent, which is kind of typical on a dry down on an aftershave. It does smell good though. It's great. Inexpensive, fantastic value. It's just too bad that they discontinued it because the value was aftershave, that much soap, over 10 ounces of soap, and at the price point I was picking these up at, like I say, I picked up 2 sets. It's a nice soap. I had a fantastic shave today. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay healthy, stay safe, and smooth shaves to you.